the timing of those showers as you're making your outdoor plans, and I'll break that timing down for you coming up here in just a few short minutes.
Justin, thank you. Breaking news right now at 6. There have been 3 reported drownings today in 3 different parts of southwest Florida. One in Charlotte, one in Lee County, and the other in Collier County. Right now, we are actively trying to find out what led up to these multiple drownings all in the same day. First, we want to head out to Collier County, where a drowning happened in a neighborhood there in Naples. Our crews have been on this story all day. That's where we find our NBC2's Muhammad Abdul-Qawi. Muhammad, what else have we learned about this drowning today?
Elise, neighbors told me that the drowning took place right here at this lake right here behind me. A day later, neighbors tell me that they are heartbroken hearing that someone died in an apparent drowning. Last night's scene had a number of deputies and EMS in this neighborhood. Neighbors told us that they were here for hours last night. We were told that this whole block on Bobadilla Street was full of neighbors just sitting and watching first responders. Here's a look from last night's scene, where residents tell me they are still shaken up from last night's drowning and didn't want to go on camera. We also tried to speak to the family, but they did decline an interview. At about 5 p.m., we heard one woman grieving about the situation, and she was seen hugging another person. Just from the mood here, it's obvious that the late-night drowning has people in this neighborhood shaking up. We're still working to learn more about last night's drowning. CCSO tells us that this is still an active investigation. Reporting here in Naples, Muhammad Abdul-Qawi, NBC2.
Mohammed, thank you. And we do have team coverage of this ongoing investigation, as our NBC2's Kennedy Mason spoke with a drowning prevention advocate today about how we really need to all be a part of trying to prevent these tragedies.
Neighbors here on Bobadilla Street tell me they saw deputies swarming this area Friday night. One neighbor who didn't want to go on camera says they believe it was in response to a drowning in the pond behind a home. While Collier County Sheriff's Office confirms a drowning happened and continues to investigate, I spoke with a drowning prevention advocate, Paul DeMello.
Unfortunately, we're probably going to hit that 100 mark by the end of the year. I believe we're already pushing 70 drownings. And we're talking about children that have died.
For DeMello, hearing of another drowning hits home.
You know, I lost my twin boys, Josh and Christian, in the middle of the winter. And I know it's summertime now. And, you know, we talk a lot more about water safety and drowning prevention during the hot days than we do the winter days.
He says drowning has no season here in Southwest Florida, and we can all be a part of trying to keep our eyes open.
We're all guilty of taking our eyes off our children. And, you know, our children are explorers. You know, children are being children. They want to play, they want to explore, they love the water.
And while prevention advocates continue to try and make a change so this doesn't happen again, that neighbor I spoke to off camera told me there is not a fence in the backyard of the area where there is an active investigation with CCSO. The neighbor has also seen deputies call to that home before. I reached out to CCSO to see how many times they've been called to that home, and I'm still waiting to hear back.
Kennedy, thank you. And over in Charlotte County, around 11:20 this morning, deputies responded to a drowning there as well. This happened at the Englewood Beach. The Charlotte County Sheriff's Office tells us that a woman suffered from some type of medical condition, which caused her to go under the water. She was taken to Englewood Hospital, where she later died. Another drowning happened in the area of New Pass Bridge today. Lee County Sheriff's Office just confirmed this information with us, saying they were called to the scene shortly after 3 p.m. today. LCSO says one man was taken to the hospital after receiving life support there on scene. LCSO deputies and their